Hello, welcome back. This is week 5, and it's big picture week. We're going to be talking about major policy level issues, more than the details we've been discussing so far. Social and societal issues. You'll notice in the readings that I don't have anything on very much on social networks, but we're going to have a whole week on that later on, where we'll be meeting some very, very interesting specialists on that subject and hearing their point of view. So this is more on the social and society issues at the next higher level of granularity. As a reminder, don't forget that income inequality, as I've mentioned several times, and we've been together and also on these online lectures, these brief lectures, that income inequality is definitely a part of the ICT debate. I'm not asking you to believe that income inequality exists, or that it's whether it is or isn't, that's another matter. But I can tell you, I think you can see from the daily newspapers, that it is a major item of discussion, not just in the United States, but all over the world. But particularly in the United States and Western Europe, you find the discussion going on all the time, and in some parts of China and Japan as well. So my point is, it's not about robots. So we can read about robots and how interesting they are, but we also want to understand what the effect is on the workforce. And you'll notice that a lot of the debate in Congress is beginning to turn in that direction. Even the CISPA, SOPA, and ACTA debates, one of which has to do with cybersecurity and the others having to do with intellectual property, they also fit in on that. And income inequality, whether it exists or doesn't exist, is an international issue also. And so my suggestion is, be looking for links between ICT and any income inequality discussions that you encounter. Okay, this is our assignment. Each one of them, I think, fits into those general themes I mentioned. The Atlantic Magazine and the Economist give you some ideas to think in terms of what the effect of technological innovation, including robots and some of those other issues where productivity is affected, how they fit in. The Pew article is, I think, very interesting. It captured a lot of attention a few months ago when it came out. Digital Life in 2025. The Brookings and the Economist article both, I think, fit into that same theme. And I'm asking you to read all of these. I know it's a lot of work, as busy as all of you are with your work and your school and your families and all that. I'm asking you to do that because the conditions for reviewing this material are at least pretty comfortable. You can do it where you want to and when. And in terms of the things to watch, the Mrs. Clinton speech, I would suggest in the early, maybe 20, 30 minutes of it, just pick a little segment from maybe minute 20 to minute 30, and you'll get an idea of how she is actually describing the interconnectedness of all networks and how important it is as a national policy agenda to be sure that we do what we can to protect them. The Wahil Gonim, he's the Google employee who made it possible, made it a lot easier for the people in the Arab Spring, so-called, which has now been completely changed, as you know, in Egypt. It's a completely different situation there now. But anyway, it was wonderful there for a while with all the internet connectivity that they had, and he helped it. So he describes that. Nicholas Negroponte, MIT professor, has invented all sorts of things, including the one laptop per child. In other words, he's not just a thinker, he's also a doer. And I think you'll find this particular, it's a classic, this brief TED Talk. Pia Mancini, same thing about democracy. Tom Berners-Lee is a very significant internet personality, maybe the most significant. When you look at his lecture, you'll see why. That is, I think, a very true statement. You'll find it interesting. So a summary for this week, these are big issues. I hope you read about them, write about them, exchange, and discuss with one another on the network some of your ideas and some of the things that occur to you about these issues. Everybody can interpret them in a different way, and as long as you absorb all of these, drink at the well, as sometimes is described to me, then I think you're going to be able to get a lot out of it. Hope you're enjoying the course. Hope there's a lot of material here that is helpful to your lives and interesting for you individually. That's it. Have a good week. Bye.